puke on me. Zero. Taper on this one, let's check. Zero. Nothing. Checked out this 390 Ford rod. This is set on the mid, that zero's mid. This rod is 8/10 past the mid. Let me go out to the edge. Almost right on the zero. Look at that. It's got 8/10 of taper. The parting lines go off to just never, never land. They don't even register. All these rods are like this. Look at that. 1.5 past mid. Too big. Parting line, nothing. Let's check the taper. About 8/10 on the edge. 6/10 in the middle. That's ridiculous on a narrow rod like this. Every one of them are jacked. Look at this one. It's 2/10 before the mid. Here we are on the edge. About 8/10. Every one of these rods are jacked. Half past. Parting lines are nothing. Garbage. 4/10. Too tight. Look at on the edge. It's 1/1000 too tight on the edge. Whoever resized these rods was a clown. Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Not very happy for these rods. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nobody can resize a rod properly. These rods come out of a machine shop up in Vancouver, Washington that has since closed. Good riddance to that shop too. Every time I get a set of rods in that have been machined somewhere else, they're like this. I don't get it. I can fix them though. Let's get with it. Okay, let me push these bolts out. I forgot to tell you, these are ARP bolts. I'm going to be reusing them. Hand's probably in the way. Okay, I'm going to run it back through the wash. I think I forgot to mention, this thing spun a rod bearing almost immediately. I'm not sure why. Okay, before I cut the caps and the rods on my cap cutter, I'm going to hit the parting line in the sides on this disc grinder to make sure it sits square. Like that. Not looking for 100% cleanup, just getting rid of all the burrs. Let me do them all. Okay, I couldn't power it up and run them like this. It would have messed it up. So I just do these by hand. Okay, now it's time to cut the caps in my cap cutter. What I'm doing by cutting them is it decreases the housing bore size, and then I hone it back to a standard size. So it just goes in here. Clamp this down. This has a wheel in here I can feed up. So let me cut it. Okay, so I turn it on. There you go. Let me cut them all. Okay, last one. Hey, when I was running that, this is what makes the stone go up and down. This little wheel here reads in thousandths increments. So I cut and then I back it back off and pass the rod over it and then bring it back up. I use my finger to stop it against this thing, both directions. Now I've created a sharp edge when I cut this, and if I didn't break that edge, the backside of the bearing would get peeled off when you installed it. So I'm just going to knock that edge off on my disc grinder. There you go. Just broke both edges. Let me do them all. Okay, I'm ready to put the bolts in. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on them. Okay, I just put all these in by hand. I didn't figure you wanted to watch me do this. It's a little boring. These are directional. You got to put this rounded side in, and then I'll press them in. Okay, I got everything over here in the rod machine. These caps fit way too tight, and you shouldn't have to pry them apart. They do need to be snug, but they're just too snug. So I own them. You've probably never seen this before. It's the proper way to fit them. You want them to be snug, but see, it still won't go together. There we go. It's nice and tight. It's very tight, but you can get it apart. This is very important. You shouldn't pry a rod apart. It'll mess up the housing bore size. There we go. Let me do them all. Okay, now I'm ready to mate all these rods. Hey, don't be thinking like that, guys. I'm going to put the caps on the rods. So here we go. Hey sir, if you get your rods back from the machine shop and you're assembling your engine at home and you have to pry those rod caps off, take them back to that shop and tell them this isn't right. They might tell you, hey, you can buy this tool. Sold for $146.99. You too can distort the housing boards on your rods. Don't use one of them, man. You're just pulling that rod and distorting that rod that's probably not even machined properly anyway. Damn. I feel sorry for you guys out there getting work done at machine shops, because there's a lot of hacks out there. Hey, let me get some lube on these and I get them torqued. But you thought I was going to drop that rod, huh? These Fords don't stack very good. The pin ends are so big, you stack a bunch of them up and they're like this. Anyways, split the pin ends here. Don't have them next to each other. You'll bend the rod. Now I snap these twice. Now go back and hit these. Okay, one last thing before I hone them. I'm going to touch these thrust bases. I'm not going to get 100% clean up, but I want them to be perpendicular to the housing bore. See there, it didn't clean all the way. I'm not looking for it to clean all the way. Just want to remove any of the high spots, so let me do them all. Hey, happy Friday! Hey, I snuck home, went to bed. So hey, these are all torqued. Let's hone them. Okay, I got my gauge set. I got the proper manual in it, and I'm ready to hone. Okay, here we go. I got this spinning way faster than I normally do. When they're out of round, you want to spin it real fast. It'll help round it up. Then I'll slow it down when I get closer to size. Okay, so you might have seen the rod going up and down a little bit. These mandrels have an eccentric, and you turn it depending on where you're at to make it offset where the stone doesn't go up and down. Well, this particular setting is in between the two, and this is the least amount that it will wobble like that. If I spun it around the other way, it would really jump up and down. Okay, now all the rods have about a thou to go. And I'm going to switch out this roughing stone. This is a CR10. Takes a wedge. There's two different size wedges, depending on if you need them. So this is a rough stone. I'm going to put in a CR12. It's a lot finer. Wedge goes on. These just pop in. Now I'm going to readjust the shoes again. These brass shoes are adjustable to the size, the radius of the rod. They tighten it up. Here, let me change angles here. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to loosen these Allens. They don't have to be very tight. I see a lot of machinists, well, people operating the machine, I don't know if they're machinists or not, over tighten these. You don't have to. They have a really big clamp on them. Okay, watch this needle. I'm going to put load on it. I'm going to get a hammer and tap on it. Watch this needle. See it move? That just changed that radius. Now I can tighten them. And here again, you just want to snug them. There we go. Ready to hone that last thousandths. All right, don't puke on me. Okay, I'm going to let those cool and go have some lunch. I made some chicken meat. I'm going to have some nachos. Boy, that was delicious. Now let me check these rods. Okay, here we go. 0. Let's check that taper. Right on the 0. Look at that. 0. 0. 0. Taper on this one. Let's check. 0. Nothing. 1, 0. These do duck off a little bit on the edges. Nowhere near what they did before. Spot on. Taper. 0. Nothing. Nice and round. The gauge is so accurate, if you're watching it, it jumps all over the place, but here, let's check taper again. 0. Nothing in the middle. 0 on that one. 0 on that one. Taper, no taper, nothing. I don't have any taper in my rods. There you go. That's how that other shop should have done them. The parting lines are still a little bit fat, about half a thou, and it's only just the last little bit right by the bearing tang. It doesn't matter that much right there. The bearings, I don't know if you know this, the bearings are not the same thickness all the way around. When they get to the parting line, they get wider. Just out of the design of them. But you know, they were over a couple thousandths off my gauge when I measured them. And they had thousandths of taper, and they were 1.5 out around. I mean, they were just so jacked up. I see it a lot. Anyways, they're fixed now. Thanks for coming along, you guys. You come back and see me again, okay? I'll be doing something else in here tomorrow. In the meantime, you guys be nice to each other. Bye.